Championship contenders, St Helens, second in the championship just now behind Wigan, against Castleford, currently third. At Knowlesy Road, John Money and Ray French.
St Helens, the home of Glass and Rugby League, and the Knowlesy Road pitch in perfect condition following the overnight frost, ideal for a cup competition that has a habit of providing shocks and surprises and often a hint of controversy, as we saw at Warrington 2 weeks ago when Bradford Northern scraped home to 12 points draw. There was a try that at best looked a little doubtful. Back again, and a good ball from Medley. Anderson now then, can he get that touchdown there? No! How has he? No! The Warrington cover seemingly have this ball covered, but look at Tony Anderson. He comes across. Does he get down with pressure on there? I don't think he does, and neither did Warrington coach Brian Johnson. But at 12 points each, Bradford survived. They received Warrington at Odsley midweek, and they thanked them with a defeat. And here we see the pass from David Hobbs. Fairbank finishing it off with the match-winning try. And it was these two passes, the first from Hobbs and then a beauty from David Heron. Mastercraft at loose forward, cuts out Bateman and Cullen, and Fairbank has an easy stroll for a try. And that makes Bradford 9 points to 6 in the lead, and that makes Bradford now to receive Warrington's near neighbours' witness in a tie that is very, very evenly balanced at Odsal tomorrow. But Northern still lacking the midfield skills of Derek Fox, their £140,000 record buy, and Cumbria there, all expecting third division leaders Workington Town to provide the biggest giant killing act for years, while Hull versus Lee, possibly the most intriguing tie of the round. Saints have had the more difficult passage to today's quarter-final, just a 35-yard drop goal by Tira Party, settling that game with Leeds. But coaches, they're not too bothered how easy a route to the final is, and I don't think Darrell van der Velde was too concerned either. He spoke a little earlier to Richard Duckinfield, but first, Mike McLennan, the Saints' Kiwi boss.
I think the ingredients are there. I think they're two very fine sides. I'd be a brave man to predict a result of this particular contest, and I do deem it to be a contest too.
Well, how do you approach the game tactically? So you've recently beaten St Helens. Is it the same again, or are there some changes? Well, we're just some of the minor adjustments from what we learnt from last week, and but you know, I think we went into the game pretty well prepared last week, and it came off for us. So we'll probably look at very, very similar tactics.
Well, as Mike McLennan said, two of the best footballing sides in rugby league. All the Christmas shopping done and over for those two young ladies, and ready for a match that really should have a tremendous appeal. All the players no doubt nervous that just one slip could cost this side the match. Castleford there, Lee Crooks the skipper, beat St Helens 16 points to 6 in the championship last weekend. But as Darrell van der Velde said, it's the next 80 minutes that counts. Quite a young Castleford side. St John Ellis there, very good buy from the Rydale York side, sprinkled with the extra class and pace there of Richie Blackmore, the Kiwi centre, and none more experienced than Lee Crooks guiding out that young mascot. What a great day for her. Mike Ford, the Great Britain scrum half on tour 4 seasons ago. Castleford really prepared for this match. And St Helens, 1 or 2 injuries, but again, a very, very big squad. David Lyon there, signed from Warrington, Cumbria Jonathan Neal, and Kevin Ward, ex-Castleford player. A long walk through that tunnel, a nervous walk, but Shane Cooper, the skipper, has done it many, many times before. Certainly looks a very tense atmosphere in these two sides. St Helens fans, I'm sure, will welcome the return of international centre Paul Loughlin. 16 months injury nightmare, 2 broken arms, a plate inserted, but he's back. A lot will depend, I think, on the powerhouse of Kevin Ward there. But Castleford coach Darrell van der Velde decided not to risk his fullback, Graham Steadman, after injury, and why should he? Simon Middleton has filled in more than adequately. 12 tries in outstanding form this season. Let's watch out for Tawera Nikau. And the two captains, years of experience in the game. Lee Crooks, Great Britain international, and Shane Cooper, St Helens, Kiwi international. Just going through the formalities with the referee, Mr. Steele, from Barrow-in-Furness, just 33 years of age and 4 years in the Grade 1, and allowing the little mascot to toss up. And I think he's got a little Christmas present, 10 pence a piece for the two mascots. So, we're underway, John, and certainly, John, I wouldn't like to tip the result of this match.
No, they're two very good sides, and they're coming second and third in the championship, so sure it's going to be a great day. Castleford's form perhaps a little bit better than St Helens, but they're two very good sides, and you know, I'm sure we'll see a great game here today.
So Lee Crooks to commence proceedings in this quarter-final, third round tie. No wind at all, very still, very calm, very crisp day here at Nosey Road. And a good start there from Paul Loughlin. Tremendous run from Loughlin. And just look at the strapping there on Paul Loughlin's right arm. That's where the break was. I should think that break will do Paul Loughlin's confidence good, John.
Yeah, it's always a little bit of a worry to get your first touch of the ball, and for Paul Loughlin to get the first touch from the kick-off and actually break through the middle of the Castleford defence, it's a great opening for him. Penalty here for stealing the ball or pulling the ball out of Kevin Ward's grasp.
So, St Helens there, the penalty. Jonathan Neal driving in, crashing in. Mr. Steele already telling the players to get up very, very quickly, get the ball played. Jared McCracken, now that was a good move, very powerful, strong Kiwi, this lad. Well over 14 stone. George Mann to Connolly, there's a chance of an overlap here. Oh, Connolly's cut back inside. Not the best of play there from Gary Connolly. Mr. Steele ruling no advantage. A knock-on. Really do think that Gary Connolly should have moved the ball out wide. St Helens second in the league table, Castleford third. Well, penalty already for interfering at the play of the ball. Certainly Mr. Steele right on the spot there, and there we can see it, John.
Yeah, new directive from the board of directors, you know, for the referees to clean up that play the ball area, and you know, they're doing a good job.
Both of these sides previous winners of the Regal Trophy. St Helens 5 seasons ago beating Leeds, and Castleford way back in 76-7 beating Blackpool. But a good powerful surging run there by Dean Sampson. Sampson then, Crooks there, the first receiver. Two big, strong forwards, play on. The ball went behind. Mike Ford to Nick Howe. The short ball to Morrison. Tony Morrison certainly will be looking for a good game, ex-local St Helens born lad. And is that a spear tackle? No. Meanwhile, Lee Crooks having a little attention. But it's Castleford moving strongly. Martin Ketteridge still from right to left. Ford, that's a nice kick. Problems for Jared McCracken, but he's up to them. John, we've set off at a furious pace.
Yeah, it's a great pace, and they've Castleford are playing, you know, they started very well, and they're putting a lot of pressure on St Helens, and be interesting to see if they can get out of this 20-metre area.
Sonny Nicol, £80,000 buy from Sheffield Eagles. Jonathan Neal. Certainly you would think that this match was going to last about 5 or 6 minutes, the pace that these two sides have set off. But two very, very good footballing sides, like to move the ball around. But here St Helens playing sensibly the position. Trying to pressure John Ray there, former Morley in Leeds player. Simon Middleton filling in very well at full-back for Graham Steadman. And again, Dean Sampson. Very powerful prop, and he's there with his the master and the apprentice, Kevin Ward, 10 seasons at Castleford, now in the number 10 jersey for St Helens, and Dean Sampson. Crooks. Mr. Steele getting these two sides the full 9 metres back, 10 yards, and a trip. And surely this will be a sin binning. He's off. Well, controversy here as he's been sent off. David Lyon, Kevin Ward looking in absolute disbelief, and Kevin Ward looks to be going off the field. Sensations here. A trip, of course, is automatic sending off, and referee Colin Steele from Barrow-in-Furness having no messing. Well, John, what a decision at what a time.
Well, like you said, Ray, if it's a deliberate trip, it's a sending off offence. But you know, when we'll see on the replay Mike Ford kicking the ball over the top of the opposition, and you know, he's definitely been felled.
Well, Kevin Ward couldn't believe it. Shane Cooper was questioning the referee, Mr. Steele, but he stood his ground quite firmly, and if there is any tripping in a match, then it is automatic sending off. So, a chance for 2 points from Lee Crooks, but certainly an uphill battle now with St Helens with 12 men for the rest of this game. Crooks then, 36 metres out, to the left of the post. Covered in blood from a previous knock. Not a breath of wind, no advantage to any kicker. Huge roar of noise from the St Helens fans trying to distract him. But no, to the left of the post, and so no goal. But I think even more important, John, is the dismissal. 12 men down already, St Helens.
Yeah, as we can see on the replay here, the referee's had a good look at that and said, in his opinion, it was a deliberate trip from Kevin Ward. So on the replay, it's a decision that the referee's got to make in a split second. And, you know, looking at the replay there, you can see the foot come out.
So, very tense conditions here now as the St Helens pack pounding in. George Mann, Shane Cooper. Good little drive there from Chris Watson, the 24-year-old. And here we see it again. Mike Ford does the little chip kick through. No obstruction there. Now we look for ball. Yes, there's the foot. It does go out. Mike Ford felled. And there is Mike Ford again, trying to open out the play. Crunching tackle there by George Mann. And Chris Joint, number 13 there for St Helens. The kick to Jared McCracken. Kiwi centre goes home back to Canterbury Bankstown, the Australian side in Australia at the end of this month, at the end of January.
One thing I do like that the referee's doing here, Ray, we had a bit of trouble with our referee last week, and because he wasn't marking the new required 10 metres out, and this referee's getting back very early so the players can see where he is and they can line up behind him, and he's just giving the penalties from what he sees over the play the ball. But
yes, the new
getting back very
ruling
early
in rugby league that the players should be back the full 10-metre mark, and had a great effect in opening out the game. Sonny Nicol, number 11, to Dwyer, 9, using that short side. Good ball from Cooper to George Mann. Very powerful Kiwi, this George Mann, number 11. Connolly. That's a good kick in a chase for Les Quirk. It's a race, but no, good kick from Connolly. Gained the position, gained the ground. Cumbrian wingman there, Les Quirk. Considerable interest in him from Barrow and Workington Town. But Saints needing him with their two wings, Hunt and Sullivan, out injured or suspended. Not an awful lot of difference between the two packs in weight. And you don't need weight difference when the ball's put in like that. If anything, John, both sides seems to be playing the match a little bit too frantically.
Yeah, well, both teams are starting off at a great pace, and Castleford play that very compressed defence, and we saw there were a good kick into the corner that can give them some trouble.
And over to you, Richard.
Yeah, with me on the bench is Frank Barrow, the Saints assistant coach. Frank, it's a big loss, Kevin Ward, at this point of the game. How are you going to reorganise?
Well, we've reorganised, we've put the loose forward joint, we've made him go out that bit wider. I think you're going to see a lot of play on the wide outsides. I think that's what we've got to do now, is try and keep moving the ball, but the lads have got to put that little bit extra in.
Are they capable of it?
Pardon?
Are they capable of it?
Oh, I think so, yes, because if you've noticed, we have come back very quick, and we've got organised quick. I think we can prove a point now.
Thanks, Frank.
St Helens, David Lyon then moving in, repaying now every pound of that £90,000 transfer fee earlier this season. Saints, Chris Joint attempting to move the ball wide. As John Money said, Castleford playing a very compressed defence. They bunch players in the middle. There we can see them, the top of our screens. Barnaby play out wide on a high tackle. One Kiwi attacking another around the head, number 13, Tawera Nickau. The Castleford moves forward, and here we see it.
Yeah, Nickau's definitely, his arms up over the shoulder, and that's definitely a penalty. Anything that strays above the shoulders is a penalty these days.
So, a chance for David Lyon to put St Helens in the lead. Just 12 goals this season. Not had many appearances, was actually out for 9 weeks with a very bad hamstring injury.
He was always one of the better players, I thought, at Warrington, David Lyon, and I really do think he's probably one of the best boys of the year. He's a good player, he never let a team down, and he's a goal kicker, he can run the ball in the open, he's got very good speed, so I think it's a great buy, David Lyon.
And certainly St Helens, with a man down, need a boost from this man Lyon. 27 metres out. Calm, still, here at Knowsley Road. Struck it to the right of the post, very similar one to the Castleford kick, but of course St Helens keeping the pressure down here on this Castleford line. Both sides, Saints aiming for a 10th semi-final, and Castleford aiming for a 5th semi-final.
I thought that might have been one of the reasons St Helens brought Paul Lachlan back into the side, right? Because he's a very good goal kicker, and I just thought they brought him into the side to try and relieve that problem that they got at St Helens.
Mr. Steele indicating to the players that it was a forward pass, and he wants both packs on this mark. He wants the two sides to keep well apart until that ball comes in. He gets a clean scrum to Rapati. Very powerful runner is this number 6 tier Rapati. The Kiwi from Auckland to Nickel. Saints trying to run it out wide, miss out the man. Paul Lachlan. Jonathan Neal. Cumbrian, bit of a wild pass, but back to Cooper. This is better. Cooper's got Rapati there. Good tackle. This massed defence in midfield for Castleford, holding well. But here's George Mann. Runs like a centre, this prop or second row forward. Still Saints piling the pressure on. There's an overlap on this side. If Joint can get it away to Lachlan, he gets it to Les Quirk. Quirk, oh, he's bungled in the corner. He goes over the wall. He takes the cameraman with him. Almost a touch judge as well. But a wonderful piece of cover there from the Castleford prop number 10, Dean Sampson. Les Quirk then, nearly in at the corner.
Yeah, there's always a lot of space out wide when you play against Castleford, but the problem is they push nice and hard from the inside, and although that space is out there, it's hard to use it. Good tackle from Richie Blackmore too.
The tackling, tough, tense, nothing asked, nothing given. Castleford will be wanting to try to use this numerical advantage, but suddenly the dismissal of Ward seems to put some fire, some steam into this St Helens side. But Nickau looks to put the pass in. One or two of the crowd signalling for shepherding, but not according to Mr. Steen. The kick from Peter Coyne. A good kick too, punishing kick, sends McCracken right back there. He's got Lyon with him. Sensibly, I think, elects to hold on to that ball. Connolly. Barry Connolly, just 22 years of age, number 3. Huge success in Australia and New Zealand this summer with the Great Britain side. Referee Mr. Steele screaming at the players to get up very, very quickly, to get the ball played as fast as possible, open out the game. Cooper. Rapati. Lay on. Chris Joint, ex-Oldham player, another 6 tackles. The ball was handled by a Castleford man. Nickel. O'Neill gets him, the knock on. Bernard Dwyer trying to get the ball away. Gets back to Chris Watson. Good battle between these two hookers. Dwyer for St Helens, Watson for Castleford. 15 minutes gone. Oh, superb run there by Simon Middleton. Had a wonderful season in the absence of the international fullback Graham Steadman. Lee Crooks. And Richard.
Well, some fairly set faces on the Castleford bench. They're, I think, a little bit concerned that the sending off of Kevin Ward might have actually inspired St Helens, even though they're trapped in their own half at the moment. John Joyner, the assistant coach, looking a bit concerned about the situation, Ray.
Well, it can very often happen, but 80 minutes is a long time, and being without, being a man down in a cup tie, I don't think anybody relishes. Still, Castleford 0, St Helens 0. Dwyer, the kick, the chase. St Ellis has it covered. Good cover. To Middleton. He fades one man. He's got pace, this lad. He's got Ellis with him. Good tackle by George Mann. Mann there in the cover as a sweeper, acting behind. But Castleford moving this ball at pace. Oh, crunching tackle from Sonny Nickel. On Tony Morrison. He'll be looking for a good game. A local St Helens boy, ex-Blackbrook Amateur Club. John, this tackling is quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, and like they said on the bench there, it does inspire a team when you get a player sent off, but 80 minutes is a long way to play, long way to go with 12 players, and you know they're going to get very tired towards the end of this match.
And I think with tackling and running like this, I think we'll see some gaps, certainly in the second half. The kick, David Lyon, oh, he's not covered it! Oh, here's a chance, and there he is! He's in for the try! St Ellis, he spotted the gap. It was badly covered by David Lyon. He left it, the ball shot past, and much to the delight of those Castleford players, St Ellis, the wingman, was in there straight away.
Yeah, it's another great kick into the corner. Castleford were caught out with the same tactic a little earlier, and now they've repaid the favour. And a good chase from Richie Blackmore there. The ball stayed ahead. David Lyons failed to do anything. He didn't attack the ball, and St Ellis in it. A good try.
It certainly was a good try. St Helens cover a little slow, a little lax to come across, but of course that is the difference when you are one man short. So, difficult kick for Lee Crooks. The second attempt. Kicked some great pressure goals in his time, this man. Many a test match has hinged on his goal kicking. Valuable extra 2 points needed here for Castleford. Oh, well judged. Well judged kick there from Crooks, right between the uprights. 6 points to 0 for Castleford. Castleford fans, I think, know that they must be the favourites now. Just 18 minutes gone, and with St Helens one man short.
Yeah, we see a good kick into the corner here. If we can just hold it there, we can see this area here. There's just not a player in this area, and all it is a kick and chase, and we've got some players down here, and the fullback, as you can see, there's not a player in the picture. Very slow to come in there, very slow to come in, the St Helens players. The kick ahead, and it's a good kick and chase. You've got to chase hard to put yourself in that sort of a position.
Castleford will want to just get this ball as far downfield as they can. Peter Coyne, the former St George standoff, he was signed by Dava van der Velde to do just this very job, kicking for position. David Lyon. Let's work. Lachlan to Nickel. A lot expected from these forwards now. And of course, Kevin Ward, one of the major figures in the game, always likely to blast a hole through a defence. Neil, the Saints, to their credit, trying to keep it going. Chris Joynt, good ball to Shane Cooper. Oh, beautiful break by Cooper. Can't quite get away with a quick play the ball. St Helens now to Joynt. He's got Lachlan outside him. To Les Quirk, into touch again. Good cover tackling again. And our cameraman, well, I think he's in the game as much as anybody. Good effort there again from Les Quirk. But twice the Castleford cover has been up to it. So, Castleford ball. Once or twice, John, on this left wing, you would think it was Castleford who had a man short, the overlap St Helens have had. Yeah, well, they just pushed that defence in, but really the space out there, it's very hard to use it because Blackmore comes across very hard to help the winger, and although there appears like there's an extra 10 yards there, it's not really there, right? Again, Mr Steele chatting to the two players, and he wants a word with Nicholl and Cooper, but he wants a word with Shane Cooper. Not so much about the tackle, but about his comments. Yes, he wants him to keep his arm down. He wants the tackling to be around the midriff. Very firmly put there to Shane Cooper.
Nick out brings the ball up nice and strongly. Cooper again is above the shoulders, and that's what the penalty's for, and also had a little bit to say which the referee didn't like.
Quite a little needle between this man to wear a nick out from Huntly in New Zealand and Shane Cooper, another Kiwi. Peter Coyne. And Richard on the bench.
Reflection on the game, John.
Yes, I think Kevin Ward tipped him. All we've got to do now is go about his job. As all there's 13 players and we have got to change our game plan, what we've got to do.
You've had a couple of overlaps down this side. Are you concerned about that?
Yes, I don't think we're putting the man on the ground with the ball. We're not covering the ball up also.
Thanks, John.
So, John Joyner there, just illustrating Castleford's tactics at the moment. The assistant coach for Castleford. To George Mann. Bernard Dwyer, good gash. Oh, just couldn't get the ball away, and he's lost it. St Helens still trying to play adventurous rugby, and we can see the strain on that referee's face. It really is a stressful time for these modern referees. So hard physically and mentally, especially in a game like this. Peter Coyne looking to take Rapati on, doesn't get past. Not many do against this powerful Kiwi standoff for St Helens. Smith to Nicholl, looks for Ketteridge, loses the ball, back to Lachlan. Quite a little needle between these sides. Sonny Nickel looks for the gap, can't find it. But both sides moving the ball about, testing each other on the wings. Joynt, Cooper to Rapati. Can't quite get through. This is good tackling by Castleford, but Cooper again. to Joint. Just 2 more tacklers left in this sequence. Connolly, and there's that massed defence again of Castleford. Has he been broken by George Mann? He has. Loughlin, he's going himself to Les Quirk. Good tackle again by Blackmore. 3 times Blackmore's done the trick. Dwyer to Loughlin. Look, oh, knock on, surely by St Helens. A knock on, so certainly it'll be a scrum down and St Helens ball. But once again, John, chances on that left wing.
Yeah, they're finding a fair bit of space out here, and then if you can drop a player inside like they've just done, you know, if people are chasing hard across the field, it puts you under a lot of pressure.
Castleford under pressure. Loughlin having a good game on his return to Lyon. Oh, the ball was thrown anywhere. Well picked up by Connolly. Number 4 there, Tony Smith, pounding in. Connolly didn't like that. Back in St Helens to McCracken. The temperature really rising in this Regal Trophy quarter-final. Castleford 6, St Helens 0. St Helens with 15 minutes left in the second half, and Kevin Ward already in the dressing room, having been sent off for a trip. Joint loses it. I like the way this referee's playing the ball on very, very quickly, John.
Yeah, I think he's doing a good job. He's back marking out the meters for the defensive players, and that's really where they need the help. So if he can keep that up for the game, I think it's really a step in the right direction.
To Neil, surging run by this big Cumbrian. St Helens now 15 metres from this Castleford line. Rapati gets the ball away to George Mann. Back to Jonathan Neal again. St Helens looking to pass this ball at every opportunity, but Castleford tackling for dear lives there. Cooper to Joint. Still this Castleford defensive line holds. Cooper again at first receiver. He's the man calling the shots. Play on shots, Mr. Steele. And the last tackle to Lyon. The high ball. They have to keep 10 metres off the full-back, but there's no need. That's a wonderful catch there from Simon Middleton. Playing with real confidence, this full-back, John.
He certainly is, and you know, he was only a substitute player when Steadman was injured. He's done a great job back there, and he scored a few tries in the last few weeks as well, so he's a great fill-in player.
As Frank Barrow said to Richard Duckingfield, very often a man being sent off can spur a side on, and it certainly looks that way at the moment. Castleford having great difficulty moving away from their try line. But of course, never knows, time could tell as players tire.
Well, they just did a great job, Ray. They kept St Helens out for 12 tackles in a row then, and the 12 tackles were all in their own 20-metre zone, so it was a great defensive display.
To Cooper. St Helens now swing this ball from left to right. Nicol spots a gap. Oh, he's halfway through. Good tackle again there by Lee Crooks. He can play to himself. No one standing in front of him. Well, I think that was a little harsh on Castleford, the offside decision. Nicol did play in himself. Caught the Castleford defence unaware. And are we to take a shot at goal?
That was it was really a dumb play actually from Tony Morrison. He was never in front of the player that played the ball, and he just completed the tackle. And to get up and chase him and tackle him from behind, Ray, the referee's just got no option to penalise him.
These two sides met just twice in the Regal Trophy in its history. And significantly, both sides winning once and went away from home. So David Lyon looking to make amends for that slip that cost the try to Castleford's St Helens. Not a difficult kick, but of course a tremendous amount of pressure on both of these sides, and especially the goal kickers. It really is a lonely, thankless task. Everyone cheers. He was the man who did the trick. But Neil now driving in. And it's St Helens with only 12 men driving into Castleford. But Castleford, of course, in the lead, 6 points to 2. Quite content to absorb the pressure. As we can see there, all the possession of the territory in St Helens' favour. But of course, the one thing that counts, it's the scoreline. Cooper. George Mann getting through plenty of running here, but it's Cooper all the time, this Kiwi skipper, who's calling the shots in the centre. And McCracken coming in from the wing, trying to make the extra man. Neil, good crunching run from him. Castleford, Peck back on the line. But a tremendous defensive play from the Yorkshireman. Play on, shouts the referee. Nicol just gets a hand to it. 2 tackles remaining in this sequence. Joint. Another good St Helens boy in the summer. To Cooper. Manages to get through. Gets the pass. Loughlin trying to get it away. But good cover there by McFall. But still that ball's away. And what's Les Quirk doing over there? The left wing out there on the right. The kick from Lyon. Not a good one. Coming back. Recatches it. Back to Chris Joint. Oh, he's lost it. He's lost it. The last tackle. So the handover on the 6th tackle. Knock on by Chris Joint.
Might have been interesting, Ray, if Les Quirk would have been on this wing. Here we see Chris Joint straight down the middle, and with a little bit of support there could have been some trouble.
So Castleford's turn now to do something with this ball. Still leading, 6 points to 2. Dean Sampson trying to shrug 1 or 2 forwards off there. Ketteridge. Oh, he gets that ball away on that far side. Good run there from Tony Smith, but a superb tackle from Bernard Dwyer. Castleford now coming with the ball. Tony Morrison driving in. Wonderful tackle there from Sonny Nicol. This really is rugby league played at 100 mile an hour. Cass from left to right. Tony Coyne. The chip kick again. Can Ellis do it? No, he can't. Lyons up to the task. Great effort by David Lyon to get over that line, because of course if he was tackled behind the line it would have been a drop out under the post and Castleford to get the possession. Castleford's turn to press now. Sonny Nicol. Neil. St Helens fans roaring them on. Chris Joint having a tremendous game, this ex-Oldham and Great Britain under-21s loose forward. Mann, Rapati, Connolly. Oh, crunching tackle there by Smith. Could have been penalised, I think. And in fact, I think he will be. Well, Mr. Steele is pointing out he wants Lee Crooks. Well, he's telling the captain that he wants the tackles down. Having a word with the skipper.
Yeah, good pass out here. Tony Smith's gone up there. There's been a lot of contact there, and he's bounced off him, but the arm did come above the shoulder. Very similar tackle to the other 2 high tackle penalties.
Mr. Steele telling Lee Crooks to get the tackle down. And there really are 1 or 2 high tackles going in here. The blood is rising. The temperatures are up. I really do think that one of these 2 sides should settle it down. Furious and fast rugby. Coyne to Nick Howe, lurking ominously on the outside there. Always capable of a run. Darrell van der Velde looks annoyed. Lee Crooks, I think, sensibly slowing things down in midfield. The kick. competition between Ellis and Lyon, but he was offside, well offside. You must keep 10 metres away from the kicker, and there we see Ellis within 2 metres. Dwyer to Neil. I think there'll be 1 or 2 bruised midriffs by the time these forwards sink into the bath this afternoon. Cooper looks for the switch, he finds it to Lachlan.
I think there seems to be attacking opportunities down both left-hand flanks of of both teams. I think both of them, when they go down the left-hand side, they're making some yards.
Rapati can't quite get the ball away, shrugs off 1 tackle, still going. Back to Lyon. Dwyer, Lachlan. What a game to come back into. Lachlan's first full match this season. He has been in training for 6 months, but nothing like match rugby. Dwyer again to Neil. Having a strong surging game, but a good tackle there from Peter Coyne. Still St Helens going into the corner. George Mann, the chip kick. Oh, well picked up there by Tony Morrison. John Ray bringing the ball away. And a very nervous, tense Mike McLennan, St Helens coach there, sitting in the director's room. Always in conversation through the telephone. Richie Blackmore, wonderful run from Blackmore. He gets into St Ellis. Excellent cover tackle by Tira Party. Neither side can afford to relax. To Coyne, Nick Howe, crunching tackle, but he rides it. Still keeps going, this man from Huntley in New Zealand. Mr. Steele having to be right on the spot there. Play on, another 6 tackles. Good ball, beautiful ball to Blackmore. To Sampson. Castleford's turn now to pressure this St Helens line, and it's Mike Ford, the scrum half. Saints with only 12 men under pressure here, especially on the flanks. Chris Watson goes. 5 metres now from this St Helens line to Coyne. The short ball to Morrison.
Teams are very vulnerable in the last few minutes before half-time, Ray, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a try scored.
Coyne looks for the dummy. Back to Ellis. This lad can run. The chip kick through. He just misses it. He hits the sideboard, but it was well worth the effort from St John Ellis. The first try scorer, looking for the second. Lively customer.
Yeah, he just takes a chance here and kicks one in the back of the defensive line, and he's beaten by 2 yards.
Just a minute remaining then in this first half. Just the 1 try, but both sides giving the ball plenty of air. Well, a little too much there. John Ray to Crooks. Lee Crooks, 28 years of age, the old campaigner in this pack for Castleford. Seconds ticking away to half-time. Good ball, switch to Nick Howe again. How many times have we seen him on that left flank? Tony Smith, but a good tackle by Connolly. Good battle there between those 2 youngsters. Connolly for St Helens and Smith for Castleford. Back to Coyne. Well, poor Morrison standing still there. I think a lot of these players are absolutely shattered. Such has been the pace of this opening 40 minutes. To Coyne. Will he try a bomb? He does. It's on David Lyon. There's the chase. Oh, well taken. Never took his eye off the ball. And a good run here from Lyon. Wonderful play by David Lyon. St Helens now moving forward. The crowd roar for the high tackle. Les Quert thinks it was one. I think so myself. Cooper. Good play from both sides. Tremendous pressure from Castleford, and then coming out of defence from St Helens. Dwyer keeps the ball on the move. Back to Cooper. The long ball to Loughlin. Can he get down the middle here? He does, but he gets the ball away. Lesquerk, he's got one man to beat, and Lesquerk's over. Oh, a magnificent try. Just on half-time by Lesquerk. Just when it was needed. From defence into attack, Paul Loughlin showed class and international rugby when he prized the gap open for Lesquerk. Only his 4th try of the season, but what a try!
Yeah, Blackmore's a little slow to pick his man up here, and he's a handful. St Helens comes in to help, and here we see it's take the fullback on. Fullback didn't do a real good job there. Here we see Quirk come through. He's just got too much speed for the cover defence.
So, all square coming up to half-time. And David Lyon looking to attempt to put St Helens in the lead for the first time. The lights shining brightly now here at St Helens. A very dark, gloomy December day. Very cold, very dry, and not a breath of wind. Ideal for goal kicking, really. David Lyon using those tight cycling shorts as a protection against hamstring pulls and groin strains. He's been plagued with that this season, and nothing worse for a goal kicker. So Lyon coming in, right-footed. Oh, it's a beauty! Clean between the posts. The conversion from David Lyon, the extra 2 points, and the lead at half-time. The hooter goes 8 points to 6 for St Helens. And John, what an opening 40 minutes.
Yeah, it was great, and I'm sure St Helens are very pleased to be able to go in, being a man down, and go in front. Great performance.
And if the second half is as good as this first half, then my word, we're in for a cracker. St Helens 8, Castleford 6.
And we'll look forward to the men almost tackled. Hand you back to John Money and Ray French.
Certainly has been an interesting, fast and furious 40 minutes, John. St Helens a man down, yet taking the lead in the closing seconds with good play from Loughlin and Les Quirk.
It certainly was. Richie Blackmore from Castleford was very slow picking up his man. If we can see a nice long ball to Loughlin here, if we can just hold it there. Now, he had Blackmore here, and he had a lot of trouble picking up this player, and he needed help from out here. Once he came in, it left a nice run down the sideline there. Out of the picture, we've got a fullback who had to make a decision and come up into here and do something. But if we roll it on now, you'll see that the winger came in to help him, which gave Quirk the nice free run. Now, the fullback is very slow coming into our picture. There he is now, very late to make a decision. And it was a great try.
But I think, John, everything in these next 40 minutes will surely depend on that sending off incident when Mr Steele dismissed Kevin Ward for an alleged offence on Mike Ford. Here we see it. Ford puts the little chip kick in. He slides through. Look for Ward's foot. Is it deliberate? Is it intentional or accidental? Well, Mr Steele judged intentional, and so that's 12 men. John, we've got Blackmore here, Tawera Nikau, McCracken, George Mann, all Kiwis. You've just taken up the new job for Auckland, the first New Zealand side to enter the Australian League in 1995. There's one man, Tawera Nikau. Are you casting a careful eye on these players?
Well, he is one player that they're certainly interested, and I'm certainly interested in getting back to New Zealand. But all the New Zealand players out here today, they wouldn't be out of place in any first-grade side, either in the Sydney competition or the first division in England. So they're all possibilities, and as a New Zealand coach, I'd probably like to see them back there. As the Auckland coach, I'd like to see them back there in 1995.
Well, 1995 is a long way off. It's the next 40 minutes that counts here in 92, here at Knowsley Road. St Helens 12 men come out, leading by 8 points to 6. And the news is that Simon Middleton comes off at half-time, and Grant Anderson, number 14, Great Britain under-21s player, comes on as substitute. Just the one change. No changes for St Helens, of course. The coach, Mike McLennan, would be loath to make any change with only 12 men on the field at his disposal. He has to be very, very careful just what he does with his two substitutes, Gus O'Donnell and Phil Beavers. So, 40 minutes to decide who will go into the draw on Monday morning at the Regal Trophy semi-final stages. Offside. Chris Joint not retiring. He's got to stand directly in front of the man that he's marking. Can't move to one side, cannot be parallel. So Steve Coyne puts the touch. You think any changes in tactics from Castleford, John?
Oh, well, I think they've got to hit down the middle a little bit more, and then when they do move the ball wide, they've got to move it nice and quickly, and, you know, I think they'll find a little bit of space out wide against St Helens.
Well, Castleford's Lee Crooks there, doing just as John Mooney ordered. Chris Watson recovered well there, having a lively game, this ex-Cut Syke amateur player, number 9. To Dean Sampson. Good, powerful run from Sampson there. Castleford now playing towards the top end of this Nosey Road ground where the spectators are, to Nick Howe on the outside, running and dummying like a centre, puts it inside, he gets it to Smith, and he's over! Tony Smith, delight on his face! The try that puts Castleford back into the lead. It's his 10th try in 8 games. Tony Smith in front of his own fans. Superb effort, and it was that man that John Mooney was just talking about, enticing back to Auckland at some stage. So word of Nick Howe, who made it. Here he is, John.
Yeah, he just jinks inside and, you know, sells a dummy to the outside. He's got good support inside, and, you know, he's certainly been scoring some tries over the last few weeks. He just pumps the player away on the outside. Sonny Nichols, it's a handful for Sonny Nicholl on the inside, and good support play.
Good old-fashioned passing skills. Any of our older viewers, I think, will remember the artistry of a man like Vince Cornelius or Johnny Whiteley, holding the ball in one hand, holding the man off with the other hand, and then slipping the ball around. Shades of those great players of the past from one of the present. Lee Crooks then looking to increase that lead. 10 points to 8 for Castleford. And no better time to stun the opposition than with a try in the opening minute of the second half. Crooks misses the goal. So still just the 2 points between the two sides. Not a day for goal kickers. It should be ideal conditions, firm underfoot, no wind. So 42 minutes gone. 2 minutes the difference between the two sides.
Yeah, it's a nice long ball. Like I said, they hit the ball down the middle very well. Nice long ball, 2 long passes. The ball comes to Nick Howe now. He just takes them on. He goes nice and square, and if we can just hold him there. He's just pumped this player across here. Nick Howe gets away down the inside. There's a nice inside ball, and roll it on. We see Nick Howe get away on the outside there. Short inside ball there, and it's a good try. Good support play as well.
Castleford edging closer to the St Helens half.
They'd be very disappointed with that start, St Helens. They hung tough in there in the first half and played out a really strong 40 minutes. And, you know, it's a mental problem when you come out like that and let the opposition score straight away after they've done such a great job in the first half.
Good positional play by Nick Howe. Castleford then Coyne to Nick Howe again on the right-hand side. He's causing problems out there. Linking up well again there with Richard Blackmore, another Kiwi. Watson probing, moving forward. Just so far, but he loses the ball. Well, Mr. Steele awards another penalty for ripping the ball out, supposedly.
Yeah, George Mann's in the tackle and Neil's in the tackle, and you can see there that the hands get under the ball and rip it out. Sometimes it takes a while for it to sink in with the players, doesn't it?
And of course, under the laws, no ball stealing. So again, another not too difficult shot for Crooks. Very controversial law, this, of ball stealing, John. A lot of players think that you should be allowed to steal the ball, and a lot say it's so very, very difficult as to whether you were stealing or not.
Well, I think it's cut and dried, Ray. I don't think it's, you know, I think the players don't make the rules up. The players just got to play to the rules, and it's quite obvious that you can't do it. So, you know, why they persist in the tactic, I don't know.
Crooks. 23 metres out. Very slowly, very deliberately, takes his time. And he gets it. 2 points. The roar behind the post says it all. Good penalty goal there from Lee Crooks. Eases Castleford out a little further out there. 12 points to 8. 45 minutes gone. And, well, he looks as glum as ever. Darrell van der Velde sat next to the new chief executive, Maurice Lindsay. Good run by John Ray. Grant Anderson, rather, not the biggest of men. And there is John Ray. Again, similar build. Castleford keeping this ball in the forwards here. Nick Howe again having a very key role here. And there we can see the difference, John, in these two halves, can't we? The territory advantage been all Castleford this second half. Yeah,
I think they'll be disappointed the way they've started the half with a few penalties and the try and the goal. They've, you know, they haven't come out fired up and ready to play St Helens, and they just let Castleford pinch it for the last few minutes.
Possibly that try in the dying seconds, a little bit of false security. You must never forget, St Helens just with 12 men, Castleford with 13. Disjoint driving in. St Helens also lacking internationals: Jonathan Griffiths, Alan Hunt, Anthony Sullivan, suspended or injured. Cooper to Rapati. Not really managed to escape the clutches of the Castleford defenders in midfield. Had a very good season, Rapati.
Yeah, he's one of the real form players of the competition.
Offside. Offside. Mr. Steele instructing Nick Howe, the Castleford loose forward, that you cannot just stand around at the side of the play the ball. He wants him back, the full 10. Neil, the workhorse in this St Helens pack. He's the big man who has to keep driving the ball in, sucking the Castleford forwards. Cooper to Mann, the man with a little bit of extra speed, can't quite get through, gets the pass to Chris Joint. To Dwyer. Oh, good play from Dwyer. St Helens turn now, roaring back. Nichol to Rapati, looks for Loughlin again. Good tackle. Very good tackle by Grant Anderson. The run around. Joint, what a good game this ex-Oldham lad's having. Powering to the line. 5 metres from the line. 4 points the difference. Connolly looks for the long ball. Can't quite get it out. Good cover tackling there. What a good defensive work this afternoon from Richie Blackmore. Rapati, the grubber. Ged. Well, Tia Rapati insisting that the ball touched a Castleford player, but Mr. Steele says no. So a tap on the 20-metre line. Good ball there. And Richard on the bench. Any news?
Simon Middleton substituted for Castleford. Simon, shoulder problem by the looks of it.
Well, I'm not quite sure, but it feels pretty sort of like. We'll have to wait and see really what it is or what it's really like.
You've been watching the second half. St Helens came out sleeping in the second half, didn't they?
Well, I wouldn't say that. We came up and went straight into top gear really, and we worked good field position, and Tony Smith went in for another good try. So we just have to keep working at it, and it's going to be a tough half, but we're up to the job, I'm sure.
Thanks, Simon.
So Simon Middleton's loss, a great potential try scorer to Castleford. David Lyon picks up nicely. Done some good work there in retrieving the ball from behind his in-goal area. McCracken. His mother and father have flown across from New Zealand. They're here today to watch their 22-year-old son play on the right wing. And the touch judge just explaining to Mr. Steele that McCracken was being held down, and it's number 13 who's shouting that he wants. And he's telling Lee Crooks he wants number 13. I can hear him, courtesy of the small microphone attached to his jersey. Now, why he should want to wear a knick-out, we'll find out. And he wants the 2 13s. I think there's been a lot of niggle going on between these two men, Chris Joint and to wear a knick-out. He's tapping the word to both of them. He tells the touch judge has told him there's a lot going on between the two of them and he wants it stopping. So let's hope that Nicow and Cooper will heed the warning. Certainly no love lost between those two Kiwis, John.
No, they're both very competitive, and Shane Cooper, being the captain of St Helens, he's trying to inspire them and lift them a little bit, and he's probably picking the wrong man when he's having a few contests with Nicow.
Good bruising run by George Mann, and a very good quick play the ball, keeps the momentum going to Chris Joint. I think the referee doing a very good job here, insisting that the players get up from the tackle to Connolly. Good run. Oh! Knock on, surely. It'll be St Helens head and ball. Yes, knock on by Castleford.
Yeah, Gary Connolly just throws the ball backwards here, and a hand comes out and knocks the ball. Touch and go, but it went forward, and it's a good decision from the referee.
It's typical of these two sides always play free-flowing rugby in such a tense game as this, such an important game as this. No tight rugby, the ball moving everywhere. Testimony to the creative abilities of the two coaches, Mike McLennan for St Helens and Darryl van der Velde for Castleford. Saints then on the attack. Rapati to Mann. Connolly. Good tackling, good work by the Castleford centres here this afternoon. George Mann again. Speculative pass. Came off Sonny Nicholls' knees. Real show of strength there from Nicol. No messing from number 11 for Castleford, Tony Morrison. Put him down. The long ball, running it on the 6th tackle. Rapati to touch. A little bit of desperation there, John.
Yeah, well, there is, but St Helens, they base their whole game on being able to keep the ball alive, and you can see the forwards, they fight in every tackle to try and release the pass, and sometimes it comes off and other times it doesn't, but you know, you can't put a knock on them for lack of adventure.
Nicow. Good tackle by Joint. Crooks. Surely in the next 10-15 minutes, one or two of these forwards will begin to tire. The gaps should begin to come around the edges of the rucks. And that's when the tries come. Gaps like that. Mike Ford tries to beat Lyon. He does do. But Lyon, good covering again. Follows him all the way. Doesn't leave him. Puts him down. Good break there by Mike Ford. Peter Coyne. Good kick. Well judged. Now, is that another trip again? It's an obstruction. He's having a word with Shane Cooper.
He's just pushing things a little bit too far, Shane Cooper. He's been in a fair bit of trouble. He gives away a lot of penalties, and you know, sometimes the referees just get a little bit fed up with him, and you know, I don't think he's far out of the sin bin.
Well, he did his job.
Well, again, it's a kick over the top. There's nobody anywhere near any of the chasers, and somebody actually runs in, changes course, runs in to have a collision with the chasing player.
And really, it was very silly because it was easily covered by David Lyon. He'd gone back in position. He called it perfectly. No need for Shane Cooper to do that.
Well, speaking as a coach, you just know that 9 out of those kicks always, you always cover them up. So there's no need for the players to obstruct any chasing player because usually they fall into safe hands.
And of course, this goal, if it were to be successful, would take Castleford out by 6 points. That would mean St Helens would have to score twice. Just the 4-point gap between them at the moment. Castleford 12, St Helens 8. So, Lee Crooks. 25 metres out, 10 metres in from the far touchline. The referee asking the St Helens players to stand still. Just to the right of the post there. Not the most accurate of days for these two goal kickers. So, still that 4-point gap. 55 minutes gone. Now the time, John, when I think players should be beginning to tire.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be a good time now to get a couple of substitutes on and, give some of the tired legs a chance to have a rest.
But a bit difficult, really, John, for Mike McLennan to substitute for St Helens, having only 12 men. Not quite sure who to bring on.
Oh, well, I mean, there's 12 tired men out there, so, you've just got to get 2 off and get 4 fresh legs on.
Dean Sampson trying to expose 1 or 2 of those tired men. Watson sees a little gap. He's only a small man, only 5'8". Can't quite get through. But still, relentless pressure on either side. Good pass there from Coyne. Out to Nickow. Oh, that one-handed pass again. Cuts inside. Blackmore. And the last tackle. Surely Castleford will put some pressure here on David Lyon. He does. Lyon lets it settle. Well, he's just got the ball over. It's on the line. Well, David Lyon, I think David Lyon was possibly right there. The ball was over the line, according to David Lyon. The referee, he's screaming at him that the ball was on the line. If it is on the line, then it's a drop out beneath the post. And of course, the ball eventually should go to Castleford. But very firm decision again, and not the best of kicks. A poor kick, in fact. Castleford then in possession. Sampson coming more and more into this game now. Dean Sampson, strong prop. Father Dave used to play. Morrison. A crucial time now for St Helens. They've got to hold out here. Castleford trying to make use of it. Coyne, the switch to Nickow again. Has he got the space? Not a good pass. John Ray dancing, cuts inside, cuts outside, but nowhere to go. Nickow. Lyon lost the ball. Cooper. Again, St Helens keen to move the ball about. Dwyer makes good advantage of this new 10-metre ruling. Les Quirk giving the forwards a rest. Good piece of play by this former Barrow winger. Cooper. George Mann gets the gap. He's got to Rapati. Rapati can't get the ball away. Superb tackle by Mike Ford, but it's St Helens now on the attack. Sonny Nicol crashing through. The last tackle. St Helens look to be running it. Rapati to Loughlin. The ball to Connolly. Oh, McCracken couldn't take it. The ball was too low. Not the best of passes for McCracken, but well picked up by John Ray. Grant Anderson just holding the ball there. A chance here, John.
Yeah, it was a great option on the sixth tackle, and you know, they ran the ball wet for the wide shot. If the execution would have been better, you know, they could have scored a try. It was a good option on the sixth.
But suddenly, St Helens coming to life again. Kevin Ward, of course, dismissed in the early minutes for the trip. And Lee Crooks getting through an awful amount of work there on the far side. Mike Ford. And the Glover kick. A touch. Mick Ford took a knock, but a very non-argumentative lad, very unassuming, eminent professional Mick Ford. Just gets on with the game. All the scrums with the head so far. Lyon. Crunching tackle. Crunching tackle there by opposite number Grant Anderson, and that's hurt David Lyon. Is it his ankle or is he winded? Looks like his left ankle. Dwyer. Neal. Bernard Dwyer, that's a good ball to George Mann. McCracken can't get away. Powerful run though by McCracken. 14-stone wingman, normally a centre. To Cooper. He's got the gap. Oh, a wonderful tackle there by John Ray. He came right from the wing and followed Cooper. Gary Connolly. And the sixth tackle. I don't think Connolly was aware there, John.
No, I don't think he was, but you know, they've looked a lot better in the last 10 minutes. The Saints, they're coming back very strongly, and at this stage it's anybody's game. They've kicked back up and they're playing well again.
Good driving run there by Martin Kedgeridge. Just over halfway now in this second half, the vital part. Nicow loses the ball again. Has a tendency to do that, of course, the way that he holds the ball. Holds it often in one hand. And the substitution, Gus O'Donnell, ex-Wigan hooker and scrum half, looking to be coming on. The pressure back on Castleford. St Helens charging in. Chris Joint. Tremendous work by these forwards. 10 metres now from the Castleford line. Cooper to George Mann. George Mann senses a gap. Can't get the ball away. 2 tackles left in this sequence. Cooper goes himself. Puts the ball in. Oh, the party's held up. Inches from the line. Cooper, it's on the sixth tackle. Bernard Dwyer can't take it. And the pressure is off Castleford. Assistant coach there, Frank Barrow, himself a former full-back for St Helens in the 60s, trying to attract the referee's eye.
Hasn't been in the game at all, Richie Blackmore, has he, this afternoon? He's a player that, you know, he can win a game on his own, or, you know, he's just been out on that side of the field and he hasn't contributed much at all.
Lee Crooks settling matters down. Good play by Mike Ford. Castleford now trying to swing this ball about to Dean Sampson. St Helens pack racing in. Good tackle by Rapati. And another good one by George Mann and Tony Smith there. Mike Ford looking for the options. Speculative pass. St Janellis can't take it. Nick out. Sensibly keeping the momentum going. Puts the ball to touch. That was a good kick from Nick out. And Gus O'Donnell coming on. And number 8, Jonathan Neal. As John Money said, one or two of the forwards, especially St Helens forwards, will be beginning to tire now. O'Donnell, clever player, can play scrum half or hooker. Creative midfield player. Prodigious amount of work done by this man, the big Cumbrian, John Neal. Done all the graft, done all the hard work. And O'Donnell into the hooking position, 15 minutes remaining, 4 points between the two sides, looking for the semi-final place. Castleford will want to peg St Helens down here, and that's a good run by the substitute, Gus O'Donnell. I think coach Mike McLennan wants him to break up the play. Man. And Richard on the bench.
Yes, Tony Barrow's made his mind up. Gus O'Donnell's gone on. What's the difference?
We've put Gus on for moving the boat a bit now. John Neal's been injured and he's not had a full game, so he's tired in a little bit. That's why we put Gus on.
You've still got Phil Vivers waiting. He's going to get on, is he?
Well, we'll just see how it goes at the moment. We've just seen how Lyon is at full back. He's just had a knock on his ankle. We've just got to watch with the last substitute how we do it.
Thanks, Tony.
Good pressure kick. And into touch. Well, I think number 5 there for Castleford, John Ray, was more content to save the try. He tried to keep in field, but he just hadn't got the strength to resist these two tackles.
Yeah, it's a great kick into the corner, and John Ray's got the problem here. He just doesn't think this ball's going to dead. He tackles it short of the line and is tackled over the sideline.
David Lyon gets the ball away to Loughlin, to Les Quirk. Quirk has to cut inside. Couldn't get away on the outside. But it's St Helens again in full flow. The short pass to Tirupati. Les Quirk. Oh, superb tackle by Grant Anderson. But it's still St Helens playing that ball back. And a very bad play the ball. And that sloppy ball, really, John, could be very, very costly, couldn't it?
Well, it's funny how the fundamentals of the game come back to haunt you, and, you know, you've just got to do the fundamental things correctly. You know, it's a very bad play, the ball. And, again, credit to Castleford for getting up there and taking an opportunity to snuff things out.
And Castleford, right from their own line, right from the pressure, break out. Thanks to John Ray. Lee Crooks, the man who actually dived on that ball. Very agile for such a big man. To Peter Coyne. Sensible kick. Oh, a sensible kick. Pushing St Helens back. 12 points to 8. Forwards trundling back, having to do all the hard work again. And just 13 minutes remaining.
I think the difference over the last 10 minutes, I think the Saints have had a fair run of possession, and Castleford are looking a little bit ragged, and they've had to do a lot of tackling.
But still, they are tackling, John, aren't they? They're really stitching it up in midfield.
Yeah, defensively they're very good.
Loughlin, a big, tall, 6'3", Great Britain international. And his international centre partner, Gary Connolly. Lovely run from Connolly. Doesn't want to go in and touch though. Just look at those tackles, 126, 119. And some of them have been quite fierce, I do assure everybody. Bernard Dwyer. Oh, lovely flip pass. Another good pass from Cooper. This is excellent rugby in such a tight game, where one mistake could make or break each side. George Mann puts the kick on. Ray, Grant Anderson cover. Anderson takes. Both sides know that they really have to be in the opposition 20-metre area. Good run. Good driving run from Tony Morrison. Castleford snapped him up from Swinton earlier in the season. A good bargain buy. And Martin Ketteridge, number 12, asked to come off the transfer list recently. Blackmore. Good pass to St Helens. Oh, he's got to. He did have Mike Ford with him, but he just couldn't get that ball away. To Ford again. Coyne, the dummy, to Crooks. Oh, lovely pass to Lee Crooks. Good tackle. And the sixth tackle. This really is end-to-end stuff. And the handling errors, there are 16 handling errors in a game. A lot, but only to be expected in a game as free-flowing as this. It's adventurous rugby. 10 minutes left. Both sides, look at this ball on their own line, moving it away. And Castleford know that they've got to keep St Helens down here. Chris Joint. Rapati. Couldn't get the ball away. Perhaps one or two tired legs in the St Helens camp there. Couldn't quite get there. Shane Cooper. Saints really will need a good, big, high kick downfield here. John Ray. Cuts infield. And meets Les Quirk. Crooks. Interesting, as I said, both these sides only played each other twice in the Regal Trophy. One win each, and that win by the visitors in both cases. Oh, superb midfield break. Tony Morrison, wonderful dash there by the second row. Castleford now. It's Ford, the chip kick. McCracken's taken it, but offside, I think. Well, no, he's given a tap out to St Helens on the 20-metre line. The crowd are booing, but I don't think they realise what's happened. McCracken caught the ball behind his own line. If you catch it standing still, it's a tap on the 20-metre line. Oh, badly taken there by George Mann, very casual, taking it with one hand.
Yeah, the rule is if you catch the ball in your own in-goal area, regardless of what happens, if you catch the ball on the full, it's immediately a 22 tap. The referee's got no option on that.
So the slip there by George Mann puts the pressure back on his St Helens side. Coyne out wide to Nicow. Nicow playing out wide with the centres. A good tackle by Gus O'Donnell. Blackmore. This man, Richie Blackmore, the Kiwi, still gets that ball away to Chris Watson. Wouldn't surprise me if Castleford decided to have a chance of a drop goal shortly. Grant Anderson, Nicow, the ball's knocked down. St Helens couldn't take it. It's the sixth tackle, and so it's St Helens now. To Chris Joint. Very, very tired legs here now. Really would take a superhuman effort for one of these players to go 60, 70 yards. Nickel. Dwyer. Oh, there's another slip by Rapati. When these knock-ons begin to come, it's a sign of tiredness. People coming into the pass just that half yard slower.
They just look like a team that's going to score in the next few minutes, Castleford, and you know, St Helens, they're definitely showing signs of a very tired team, and you know, they can be proud of their performance today. They could still win the game because there's nothing in it, but they're just starting to look a little bit tired.
Well, and as they should, with one man short, of course, without the big, giant Great Britain prop Kevin Moore for virtually the whole of this game. They've held out. Peter Coyne. Good ball to Grant Anderson, going towards the post, looking for the clincher. 2 more tackles remaining in this sequence. Coyne again, puts it back. And the last one. Will we see an attempted drop? Peter Coyne's getting right back. He's on the 20-metre line. No, he's looking for the chip kick to the corner. Oh, it's a good one. It's kicked. It's kicked away by Sonny Nicol. Drop out beneath the post. But again, last gasp effort there from Sonny Nicol.
Yeah, it's the best option Peter Coyne could have taken. Take the ball up to the line, stick it through into the in goal, and then St Helens had to make it dead.
And Richard, anything there on the bench for us?
Well, noticeable that John Joyner's in and out of his seat all the time now. He's obviously very tense. He's telling his players to trail a bit more closely, to back up his own men. And with the temperature dropping very quickly, it's surprising we're not getting a few more handling errors, Ray.
Lee Crooks acknowledging referee Mr. Steele that he was forced into touch. 5 minutes left, 4 points the difference. St Helens desperate to get upfield. And Darrell van der Velde desperate for his side to hang in there. Chris Joint to Cooper. Sonny Nicol. St Helens have got to use these next couple of tackles to get right to this Castleford line. Minutes ticking away here now. That's a lost ball. St Helens, of course, losing the ball in a moment because they have to make play, John, don't they? They have to squeeze that ball out.
Well, they do, but I wouldn't write St Helens off. You know, they've hung in there for a long while. They had the lap straight after half-time, but they've been playing very well, and, you know, there's still a chance to win this game.
Yes, certainly still a chance. Just that score, 12 points to Castleford, 8 points to St Helens. A try and a goal either way would win this. Castleford, of course, just have to hold this ball. Mike Ford looking for support, it wasn't there. Peter Coyne again, the kicker supreme from St George, likes those little grubber kicks. David Lyon letting it run out sensibly, very calm, very cool at full-back. The tap on the 20-metre line now for St Helens. Can they go the full length of this field? Can Castleford hold them? George Mann, 3 minutes remaining, 4 points the difference. Cooper to Joint. Good pass to Dwyer. St Helens desperate now to make that half break. Chris Joint, number 13 there, the man of the match, £100,000 signing from Oldham. Not the best of kicks, picked up by Richie Blackmore. Sonny Nicol kicks it through, that means back to one tackle again. Mike Ford, what a good game this lad's had. He must be a contender, must have been a close contender for man of the match as well. This tiny, hard Castleford scrum half. Castleford then on the attack, Tony Coyne cuts through. Wonderful defence by St Helens. These 5 forwards have worked wonders here in defence for the Saints. Crooks. Is the pressure going to tell on St Helens? 4 tackles gone, 2 remaining. Still these yellow and black jerseys of Castleford come forward. Number 12, Martin Ketteridge there, the last tackle. Watson to Ford, swings it back to the left. A little chip, but no, St Helens ball. One minute remaining. A chance for St Helens with a minute to go. Out on the outside, Loughlin trying desperately to keep in field. He does do so. Desperation here from St Helens. Packed defence from Castleford. Bernard Dwyer cuts down the middle. The roar here deafening underneath our commentary position. Can Castleford do the double over St Helens in the league? McCracken can't get the ball away. Darrell van der Bell will no doubt be delighted by this score, but there's a good bomb. Oh, well taken by Grant Anderson. Into injury time now. Gallant run there by St Helens. Wonderful play by both sides. It really is sad to see that one of these two sides cannot make Monday's semi-final draw. And there is the hooter. There is the hooter. It's all over. Castleford go into the semi-final draw on Monday for the 5th time. But I think wonderful performance from both sides. Everything hinging on that dismissal of Kevin Ward. I've no doubt there'll be plenty of talk and plenty of controversy about that this season. But let's not dwell on that. There's the score. Wonderful match. St Helens 8 and Castleford 12.